Welcome everybody, my name is Michelle. Today's video we're going to be starting our seedlings and getting ready for my biggest gardening year yet. I am currently standing amongst the frame of our 1,300 square foot geothermal greenhouse. We are in the process of building it. If you follow along on the channel, you will know that we are just about to put our climate battery into this greenhouse as we hope for it to function all year round. We also have a massive outdoor garden as well as a timber-framed glass greenhouse. So needless to say, there's a lot of seedlings that need to get started this year. I actually have no idea what I'm in for, but I love gardening and I'm really excited to take you, all the viewers, along on this journey. So this is going to be the first video for the season of 2024 for our growing season, which, like I said, is going to be the biggest one yet. I've got this to fill to continue growing all winter, and then I've got my garden and my greenhouse. All right, just to step inside the timber frame glass greenhouse. This was the first greenhouse that James built me when we moved here. We built this out of free glass that we got from our neighbor, and James made some cedar planters, and we had all of our tomatoes in here. We had peppers in here, and then right behind me here is where I do my massive kitchen herb garden. So this place is just amazing in the summer and cannot wait to get this going again. I do have tomato trellises along here for the purpose of growing tomatoes in this location every year. To be honest, last year we didn't have a ton of luck with bearing fruit. There was a lot of foliage, but I didn't get a lot of fruit. So I fear that I didn't replenish this soil enough from the year before. Tomatoes are big nutrient suckers from the soil. So this year it's going to get a whole new batch of our composted manure, and hopefully it'll do amazing. All right, so I'm standing in the gate of our outdoor garden. So the year after we built the glass greenhouse, the next summer, James and I built, this is a no-dig garden, and it was originally just from this first fence post here back, and then behind me, sort of this square. I believe it's the same square footage as the greenhouse, so I knew it would be manageable, and it was. We had an amazing, amazing year here. So yeah, we did the no-dig method. I'll link the videos in the description if you want to go back and watch those. We had tremendous success. We used all composted manure and just had an amazing year. I don't even know what more to say about it. And then now I'm going to show you, of course everything's covered in snow, but I'm going to show you pictures of what it looked like when it was flourishing. And just to my left here was the expansion that we did just this past summer. All right, well, it probably doesn't look like much now, but this is a massive area. It goes all the way back almost to the chicken coop. I've got built-in custom raised beds along. I've got 4 of them here. Some are little narrow ones and some are wide ones. This was completed kind of late in the season, so we didn't actually get any seeds in the ground in this garden until late June. It might have even been early July last summer, which is really late because our growing season usually starts around the end of May and then it goes until maybe October, sometimes the end of October if we're pushing it. But again, I'll show you pictures. This was an absolute jungle. It was phenomenal. We did the exact same thing we did with this garden. We did the no-dig method and 100% composted manure. Worked like a charm. We also have it situated perfectly on our property because we've got all day sun over here. I guess this will give you a little bit of a look into what I'm like up against this growing season. I've got a lot to do. I've got a lot of seedlings to start. I have no plan. I'm going to wing it just like I always do, following my gut and just figuring it out along the way. So if you're interested in any of the things that you just saw, please subscribe to our channel. We would really appreciate it. And it's going to be a wild ride this year. I'll be filming my entire process of all of the gardening, as well as the finishing of the geothermal Rammed Earth Greenhouse and the process of getting that put together. So stay along. Hopefully you enjoy the ride. All right, so this is my indoor seedlings starter area. I have a rolling stainless steel rack, some growing trays with plastic domes, which give it sort of that greenhouse effect. As you can see, they're quite humid in there, so the seedlings love that heat and moisture. I'm going to show you upstairs what I plant them in, but I use peat pods and I use a heat mat. So it's really important, especially for tomato and pepper seedlings, that they have heat to sprout. This is what I've been doing for 3 years now, and it's never failed me. I have a really great germination rate. I keep these grow lights on for 18 hours a day for the beginning part of it before they go to what's called the flower stage. So in here I've got, I think I counted 45 peppers. So I've got bell peppers, sriracha peppers, jalapenos, and in here I have some broccoli started, and there's a few empty cells here because I just started those last week, so they haven't quite sprouted. And then over here I have all my onions. So in my zone, I believe it's 4A. We're in British Columbia, Canada, in the East Kootenays. I've made the mistake before of starting my seedlings way too early and having to pot up a crazy amount, and this whole rack plus the entire floor was filled. This year I'm getting smart and I'm only starting the ones that really need that good head start. Okay, so before we... I love you. I love you. Kisses from Nettie. So before we unbox my newest seed order from the States, from Organic High Mowing Seeds, I would like to show you a little, I don't know if it's a secret or if it's just, yeah, I know, that's a light. A dirty little secret maybe? Some women love to collect bags and jewelry and shoes. I love to collect seeds. I have a seed problem. My name's Michelle and I have a seed buying problem, which probably is going to come in handy this year based on how much I actually have to grow. But this is my current seed collection in here right now. I've actually organized it, believe it or not. So it's all organized by types. I did not order any more tomato seeds because last year I went crazy with tomato seeds. So that is what we're going to be planting today in the peat pods. I'm going to show you how I do it. And this is what I have for tomato seeds. Okay, so like I said, I order my seeds online from High Mowing Organics. I've had a lot of really good luck with this. They're not cheaper than anywhere else, but they are organic, non-GMO, and I just feel like I can really trust the company. So now that's bad, Nettie. Come on, Ned. We gotta unbox this. Well, you're so frisky today. You're so frisky. Nettie. You would think that I don't play with my cat, but I do. Ooh, baby. So the first 2 years that I grew anything, I didn't really pay attention to flowers. And last year, I mean, I did plant a few flowers for pollinators and nasturtiums, obviously, because they are excellent at keeping away pests for especially leafy greens. Last year's garden was literally full of nasturtiums. They grow really, really well here, and I just absolutely love them. And they're edible. But this year, or last year, I really loved just seeing all the different colors instead of just green, everything being green. I loved the colors, and they did really, really well here. So this year, I went a little bit crazy with the flowers. Cosmos, I actually saved some of the seeds from my cosmos last year, so this might be overkill, but I'm going to put them everywhere. Oh, we've got some herbs in here. We've got thyme, dill, basil, some more lettuce. Oh, calendula. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that is an excellent, excellent herbal flower that you can dry. You can make tea, and it's really good for you. Also very beautiful. 2 different kinds. My mini nasturtium blend. This is what I planted like crazy last year, and they're so fun. Oh, sunflowers. So I had beautiful sunflowers last year. So I've got some evening color sunflowers. Kind of cool. The lemon queen. This was a really cool one. They grow super tall. Super tall. The teddy bear sunflower was an awesome one. They're so cute. Really fuzzy and fluffy. They don't grow very tall, but mammoth sunflower. Okay, so this is a new one. Apparently it grows 7 to 12 feet. Yeah, tons of flowers here. And then I've got, looks like my greens. So I love, love growing greens. I'm obsessed with greens. They grow best, besides lettuce, spinach, pak choy, and probably these ones will grow better in the early and then later season because we get super, super hot here, like 40 degrees for months on end. So Asian greens. Ooh, they're snuck in some flowers here. So scented jasmine, that should be nice. Some cucumber. No picture on that one. Arugula, again, love arugula, but it's a earlier season and then late when it cools down season plant. And then these 2 bags are full of microgreens, which I've done a video about. And oh, you're so helpful, honey. You are so helpful. I got a bunch of different ones. I plan on growing microgreens like crazy in the big year-round greenhouse. I already do grow microgreens. I do a tray every week, and we basically live off of those in the winter when I'm not growing. I don't really like buying greens from the grocery store anymore just because I don't know what they're spraying them with, even if they're organic. So this is a big thing of microgreens. I'll do another video on microgreens, like an update video. This is a tatsoi microgreen. You use a lot of them, so they come in like big packages like this. Oh, you love boxes, don't you, Nanny? And red beet microgreens. I haven't tried beet microgreens before. I think it's going to be really good because I love beet greens, so these will be awesome. Okay, now that Nettie's in the box, I think we can move on to how I plant my seedlings. So these are my soaked peat pods. They come in little kind of flat pellets, and then I soak them in some warm water and they expand like this and get completely saturated. So I've got a few cells in this separated cell holder for the peat pods on the end here. And turn that around. I do row by row. And I'm going to take my peat pod and I'm I'm gonna just open it up just a smidge to be able to put the seeds in. So the first one we're gonna do is the Matt's wild cherry tomatoes. These are amazing. They're like little candies. They are tiny, tiny, like the size of, I don't know, a marble. Truth be told, the birds feasted on these last year, but I'm gonna grow them again anyway. So I'm just gonna take probably 2 seeds per, we'll do 3. Oops, 4 went in there. Per. And then I just wanna gently cover it up with the soil that I moved away. This is just some dry organic potting mix that I'm going to use to pot up my peppers and broccoli plants today. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure there's no huge clumps in it. And I'm going to add some water to moisten the soil. It's just easier than trying to water it after the fact. You don't want it completely sopping wet, but you do want it nice and moist. So just add a little bit of water at a time. Work it through. You don't want it completely saturated. Hey, baby. You coming to help? This isn't your litter box. I know it looks like one. Okay, that's not too bad. Could be a little tiny bit wetter. Ned! No! Ned! I know, it's very tempting for kitties, isn't it? Yeah. You're gonna be fun to garden with. All right, so I just grabbed a few so I can show you how I do it. We've got broccolis here. As you can see, there's more than one broccoli plant in this little peat pod. And with the peppers, we've got 2 in that one as well. Ned, no, my goodness. Well, I don't know how much of a gardening buddy my cat's going to be this year because he's already made quick work of this poor little pepper plant. Bit one of the leaves off. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah. Okay, so super easy. We're just going to go through one. I've got my little plant thing, plastic plant pot. I'm going to put a little bit of soil in the bottom, like so. Pat it down a little bit. And then I'm just going to break open my peat pod here. There's a little fabric-y kind of part on the outside. And I'm just going to very gently break apart the pod. I've got the seedlings potted up into their new little containers, and I put them in this seed tray with a little bit of water at the bottom so that they can bottom water, just to make sure they're nice and moist. I'm gonna have to set up one more light here. We have some, we don't have room where the other lights are. Just slide these guys in. I'm gonna run out of room really fast. Plug this guy in. There's Jojo. There we go. Got little broccolis and little peppers.